Okay, good morning class. So we're looking at geometry. We're on the workbook. We're dealing with quadrilaterals, not so? At this point you guys had some homework, correct? Right, the homework was pages 18 and 19. Okay, it's fine. So this is the first one on page 17. Is that correct? Is this correct? You can name it workbook or something. Right, so we're on the workbook on page 17. We are told, girls, please settle down. We are told that A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. If that's a parallelogram, what comes to mind? Three properties at this point. What are the three properties? One pair of two pairs of opposite angles equal. Two pairs of opposite sides equal. Two pairs of opposite sides parallel. So those are the three properties that comes to mind when they tell you that. So calculate with reason the unknown angles indicated by x and y. So x is equal to, so why is x 62? Is it 62? No. What is it? 118. Why? Two pairs of opposite angles equal in parallelogram. Now what? Y. Y is equal to 62y. Two pairs of opposite angles equal in parallelogram. Right, next. Number 2, the length of AD. What's the length of AD? 16 millimeters. Why? So AD is equal to 16 millimeters. Is it given? No. Two pairs of opposite sides equal in parallelogram. Speed DC with CD is equal to 32 millimeters. Why? Two pairs of opposite sides equal in parallelogram. Okay? You all understand? Right. Let's carry on. This is B on the same page, correct? So check something. That's in order. Alright, so we told ABC is a rhombus. If it's a rhombus, three properties come to mind. What? Both sides are equal. Two pairs of opposite angles are equal. Two pairs of opposite sides parallel. Those are the three properties that comes to mind. So, calculate with reason the unknown angles indicated by x and y. So x is equal to 60 degrees. Why? Two pairs of opposite angles equal in rhombus. Right? Y is equal to 120 degrees. Why? Two pairs of opposite angles equal in rhombus. Right? The length of AD, DC and CB, they're all going to be 13. So what I say is that AD is equal to DC, which is equal to CB, which is equal to 30. Why? all sides equal in a rhombus. All you needed to say. Okay. Still on the same page? Yes? We are told that ABCD is a square. That's a square. What comes to mind? How many properties? 3. What are the properties? All sides are equal. Secondly, 2 pairs of opposite sides parallel. Lastly, all vertex angles are perpendicular. All vertex angles are right angles. Not so. Right. So calculate the unknown angles x and y. So x is equal to y, which is equal to 90 degrees. Why? You see, in this case, x and y was equal, so I just say x is equal to y is equal. And the reasons are the same. If I couldn't have done it here was because, the reason because those angles are different. Can you see that? Here everything was the same with the same reason. You see the difference? Okay, yeah, as we say here as well. Everything is the same with its reason is also the same. So the reason here, the vertex angles equal in square. Okay. You guys understand? Right. That is 90. That is 90. Not equal, sorry. All vertex angles perpendicular. That's a perpendicular side. No? Or you can say all vertex angles 90 degrees in the square. So perpendicular, that's 90 degrees. And it could be all vertex angles are right angles in the square. It all the same, means the same thing. You guys understand? Okay. Now all of that is 90. Then this is the length of, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, so we know that AD is equal to BDC is equal to CB, which is equal to 3 centimeters. Why? All sides are equal in a square. Okay. Any confusion there? No? I think now we're on the next page, no? Yeah, page 18. We are told that ABCD is a kite. What comes to mind? 3 properties. What are the 3 properties? 2 pairs, the adjacent sides are equal. Secondly, 1 pair of opposite angles are equal. Lastly, only 2. So only 2, right? So what can we say? X equal to 130 degrees. Why? 1 pair of opposite angles equal in kite. The length of, so that's number 1. Number 2 says the length of AD. AD is the same as AV, not so? So AD is equal to 8 centimeters. You all agree with that? Yes, Michael?
Doesn't have one tip. Yeah.
Angle C is 80, but there isn't a 150 angle B on our one.
Okay, relax your bones. Hello, relax. Let me see. You didn't do the homework. Oh, you did that issue. Yours is the same like mine. Which one is different? Let me see. People, we're on top of page 18. Open it. Is yours different? No, it's the same. Okay. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. Right. AD, you know, you love your life, you always want to teach, prove the teacher wrong and all of those things. No? This is one of those times. No? But actually you're looking at the wrong place. Okay. So AD is 8 centimeters. Why? 2 pairs of adjacent sides equal in color. Right, next, BC. BC is 6 centimeters. Why? 2 pairs of adjacent sides equal in. Okay. E. PQRS is a parallelogram. PQRS is a parallelogram. 3 properties comes to mind. What are the properties? 2 sides, 2 pairs of opposite sides, equal. Secondly, 2 pairs of opposite sides, parallel. Thirdly, 2 pairs of opposite angles equal. You all agree with that? Right. Then we are told that PT is equal to TS, which is equal to SR, and TS is 70 millimeters. So what does that mean? That means to say that PT is also 70, as well as SR. Why? Because it's all equal. Calculate with reason the length of the sides of PQR is. So we're firstly going to say that SR is equal to PT, is equal to TS, which is equal to 70. Why? Why is that the case? Why are all of them equal? Why they were? Because they were given equal. Not so, if it's given to us, then we say given. We haven't applied any rules of quadrilaterals here. It was given to us. So we put 70 here and 70 here. So they want to know the length of the sides. So I got RS already. Alright. So RS is the same as PQ is also 70. Why is PQ 70? Why is PQ 70? Two pairs of opposite sides equal in parallelogram. Right, what can we say now about PS? Do I know the length of PS? Yes, what's the length of PS? 70 plus 70, which is 140 millimeters. Do I need a reason there? No, I already stated 70 and 70. If it's on lengths and you're adding 2 lengths, you're subtracting 2 lengths, no reason required. So this is 140 degrees. Now what? QR? QR is also equal to 40 degrees, 140 centimeters. Millimeters, sorry. Why? 2 pairs of opposite sides equal in parallelogram. Fairly simple, no? 2, 4, 6, about 6 marks in the sun. You see how easy it is to get 6 marks now? Okay, next. I. And this is the question the learner said that. They have this one in their book. I have both. And so did you, no? Right, I. We are told that ABCD is a kite. Two properties come to mind. Two pairs of adjacent sides are equal and one pair of opposite angles are equal. So we are told that ABCD is a kite with CD is equal to 6, AB is equal to 8, AB is 8. Angle A is 60, angle C is 80. Calculate the length of the unknown sides and the size of the angles indicated and the angle indicated by X. Right, where do we start here? Where do we start? With the X, yes. What can we say about the X? Angle B is equal to X. Nice. Why? So one pair of opposite sides and opposite angles equal in kite. Right, now what can we say? 2x, yes? Plus 60 plus 80 equals 360. You all agree with that? So I say 60 plus x plus 80 plus x plus 60 equals 360. Or as you guys said, 2x, you went straight into that, no problem. And what's the reason here? Yes? Why put 60 twice? Sorry about that. Right, good. And the reason? Interior angles of a quad with a four-sided figure. Adds up to 360 degrees. Okay, you all agree with that? So we have 2x is equal to 360 minus 60, which is 300 minus 80, which is 220. No? Is that correct? So how do we get x on its own? Divide by 2. So x is 110 degrees. Alright, you all agree with that, people? Any confusion? No. Then I want you also to give the unknown sides. So AD is 8 centimeters. Why? Two pairs of adjacent sides equal in kite. If you had said interior angles of a kite adds up to 360, that would have also been correct. Okay? So that's 8 centimeters. BC. BC is going to be 6 centimeters. Why? Two pairs of adjacent sides equal in kite. Okay. Any confusion? You all understand? Right. This is on the next page. Did I give you that homework as well? So why didn't you tell me yours? You gave us a little homework. Why are you worrying about projects? Listen, all you must do is maths. You think that? Huh? Listen, I've never seen in my life, and this one record, a person get an A for maths at failed the grade. I have never seen it. Bring me that. Then I give you 1,000. Person gets an A for maths, but they failed the grade. Huh? Don't try and prove it to me now. I've never seen something. Make sure you get the A for maths. Right, that's it for homework. Here we got a lot of time left. We got 15 minutes, as you guys have written a class test. So I'm going to give you 8 to do now, and then There's basically 2 pages left of this, no? Pages, yeah. Is that correct? So now we're on page 19. It's 19 and 20 that's left. Correct? Of quadrilaterals. Okay. So I'm going to give you a chance to answer number, and the first one on page 19. I'll check your work now. I'll call you up row by row again to see what you guys have done. And then hopefully before the bell rings, we will have answered question 8 on page 9. Okay. Does that sound like a plan? So do you think? I'll pause the video at this point. Okay, many of you guys are confused here. Okay, so just look here. We are told that BCFG, that is a parallelogram. So 3 properties come to mind. What are the properties? 2 pairs of opposite angles are? 2 pairs of opposite sides are? Parallel. 2 pairs of opposite sides are? Equal. And 2 pairs of opposite angles are equal. Can you see that? Now if you look at this diagram, that wasn't given. So all of that is evident. So if needed, just state the property that is needed. Can you see that? So you guys are talking about alternate angles here, not so. That's what you want to do. But that is alternate, but these lines have to be, firstly it has to be parallel. Are they parallel? Yes. So we say that firstly BC or ABC, that line is parallel to GFE. Or you could have just called it GE or EG. Don't have to say that out here. Okay? Why is that the case? Because 2 pairs of opposite sides parallel in parallelogram. Can you see that? Now we can say that angle A, which is 55, is equal to angle E, which is 55. Can you see that? So now we say that angle E is 55 degrees. Why is that the case? Alternate angles are equal with AC being parallel to EG. Okay, just taking a step back again. Did I have to state this here? Did I have to state that in the first case? Yes. Because alternate angles will only be equal once the lines are parallel. Like these lines, these angles are still alternate, but they're not equal. Not so. The angles will only be equal if the lines are parallel. You guys understand? Could I use the fact that these angles are equal without stating that the lines are parallel? No. That is why I need to qualify it first. I first need to say that those lines are parallel before I can do anything. You guys understand? Then we'll take us off a bit. The diagram looks a bit busy. So firstly we see that these lines are parallel because it's a parallelogram, and we see this is now 55 degrees. Okay. Have I calculated anything? No. Now what can we say? What can we say now? Sorry? Y is equal to 55. Why is y equal to 55 degrees? Angles, you see those 2 lengths are equal. So those angles are equal. Okay. So y is equal to 55y. Angles opposite equal sides. Angles opposite equal sides. So we got 55 here. Now what? X is equal to? X is equal to 55 plus 55. Y? Exterior angle of a exterior angle is equal to sum of two interior opposite. Michael, you busy with your bag. Look here. You understand? So let's put that there. So you're going to say X is equal to 55 plus 55, which is 110 degrees. Y? Exterior angle of triangle. Dot dot dot, which means to say exterior angle of triangle is equal to the sum of the two interior opposites. Okay? And there's the exterior angle of triangle DEF. So that is 110 degrees now. Now what? Take this off here. There's a needle space. You guys don't have to delete it now.
No.
You have enough space. Okay. You should have. Yes, over enough. Okay. Now what can we say? Sorry? Z plus 110 equals? Y? Not corresponding. The U. No? I say Z plus 110 degrees equals 180. Reason? Co-interior angles. Namely with BG being parallel. Did I mention that before? Did I mention it before? No. So what do I have to do? First mention. Can you see that, people? That is how geometry works. Okay? If it's not on the diagram, we must state. Okay? You guys understand? So if this was in an exam and I didn't state first that BG is parallel, first I have to say that BG is parallel to CF. Why? Two pairs of opposite sides equal in parallel. If I didn't say that, then I'm not going to get this mark here. So I lose that one mark there, and I lose these two marks. Why? Because I'm assuming something that's not on the diagram. It's then called a breakdown. Okay. Yes, Michael.
So you say two pairs of opposite sides
Parallel, not equal. Okay. I made a mistake there. Two pairs of opposite sides, parallel in a parallel. Thank you. Now I can say that Z plus 110 degrees plus 180 is equal to 180y, co-interior with BG parallel to CF. People, what do you notice about the diagram? Starting to populate the diagram. I write this information, whatever I've calculated and determined or found at this point, I put on the diagram. Okay. So Z is equal to 180 minus 110 degrees, which is 70 degrees. The last one, W. W is equal to 55y. Two pairs of opposite angles are equal in a parallelogram. So W is equal to 55 degrees. Two pairs of opposite angles equal in the parallelogram. Right, you guys understand?
Yes, sir.
Right, for homework, I would like you guys to conclude page 19 and page 20. People enjoy this every day. Good morning, class.